Bwah, 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 bwah. Bwah, 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 bwah. JunqYard Gang. Well, here we are, gentlemen. First episode of the Junkyard, a hodgepodge of fuckery and nonsense. And in no way, shape, or form are we here to help anyone else. And Brian down there, there it is.
Yeah, welcome to the crib.
That's fancy, bro.
You know, the black spots back there. You know, that's just a black hole for me.
Is
that's
that,
all.
is
I had a bullet. I had to bully it out. Like,
yeah. That's some nice stonework. And last year's Christmas Eve party, you won those keys. It was beautiful. I really liked you. So that's great.
I mean, you got the piano back there. I was hoping to see you in one of them house coats.
You know, I thought about it. I thought about it at first, and then I was like, "Nah, that's too much flexing." Just
got Mary laying on top of it, belting out some horrible song. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And the kids back there recording, like, "What the hell are they doing?" Right. So, yeah. No, we good.
All right. Well, you know, this is a new production for the SquadKast channel here. We got SquadKast alumni Brian with us, and good old Jess. Jess is finally joining the SquadKast family in the best way he knows how.
In the best way.
Like this.
In the only way.
Yeah, the only way. The only way that's allowed right now. Although next week, I think I'm actually going to get into the studio, just the three of us with SquadKast crew. So we will resume shooting there. So we're actually going to try to use it a little bit more. Yeah.
I'm going out. That's crazy.
Okay. Oh, and he left the mansion.
Yeah, I'm a journey somewhere else later on.
You're right. Yeah, no, I got you.
I'll show you. I'm back in my studio right now. You know,
nobody puts Brian in the corner. Okay.
Right.
Where was I? Yeah, but yeah. So here we are with the new show, The Junkyard. Like I said, it's just a toss in anything and everything. Have a little bit of fun with it in the process, and someday maybe we'll have a fourth member as a part of this crew, and occasionally maybe one of the SquadKast members will hop in and out of here. So we'll see what happens. That being said, Jesse has taken some time out of his busy schedule there being a father and curated a couple of brief selections for us. Now, we've already watched one, but we'll go ahead and play this other. I don't think you've seen this one, Brian.
Okay.
This is actually me when I was in boot camp. I was doing a little bit of training. And I tell you, it was rough, man. That's why I didn't make it, actually. This is the day I quit. That's what's so rough about it, you know?
I think this is the day a lot of people quit.
They were like, you know what? This nigga me.
Right.
All right, let's see what we got here. I'm going to try to...
I see what y'all...
Is it going to pop up on screen?
Get a free Camaro after about 5 to 6 years.
I've seen this.
Not at all. Social media been getting to y'all head. What you looking at? Are you gonna look out the side of your eye like you wasn't next? Fuck that. You know you not getting no Camaro. I don't even know why you bothered to show up. Ain't even see me coming, did you? I didn't know.
Look, the homeboy like, oh, he ain't gonna get me good.
Shut up. Oh, my nerves bad. What the fuck y'all so separated for, huh? Stand up straight. I told y'all.
He trying to tough it out.
That tell Bill Taz. You hear me? Y'all not ready for this. This program is not for y'all. And I cannot believe this the fucking 2020. Y'all worthless. You hear me? Worthless. This ain't the place for y'all. Y'all need to be in a fucking call center. You hear me? You hear me? A fucking call center somewhere. Because this ain't it. Victoria's Secret call center.
You got to fight me. You got to fight me.
My thing is, I want to know what happened.
That's the day I swung back because I thought back.
Right. Like my question is how many times do you have to see somebody do that before you the next dude in line and you like, all right, he about to fuck me up.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna just have to take this punch to the throat. You're gonna have to fight me.
Yeah.
The thing is too. I wonder
I'm waiting for you as soon as you turn around.
Yeah.
As soon as you turn around.
Right.
Choke hold the shit out of you. Your mama don't hit me like that, nigga.
Stupid. They had to sit there and like just straight up take it. I wonder what happens if they like flinched or anything like that. I bet you he would have went just drilled it.
I'd have found out that day.
I'd have been the one that like, whoa.
Right.
Okay. The thing is though, would you rather take a punch or would you rather take a kick? Because it looked like he had steel toe boots on. So I think I would have had to take the punch over the
I
kick.
prefer to not have to fight this man. That's what I would prefer.
That's a good point.
I'm saying
to whip my ass because I decided to fight back. That's probably what
I probably had to take the punch.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
You're about to beat the shit out of me because I fought back.
Yeah.
I'd have caught that punch and be like, boom. Went down swinging.
Wait a minute.
Then he
hit everybody.
He slammed one dude and then kneeled over him and just punched him in the gut. I'm like, yo, like that would have been us right there. Like we would have been rolling on the ground. Nah, I'm cool. That's stupid. So yeah, I've seen that one before. That one is actually hilarious. I haven't seen the one with the voiceover, that actual video though. So that one was pretty funny.
There's a lot of those going out there now. You see the Tony Baker ones doing the voiceover, the comedian Tony Baker doing the voiceover.
My favorite is the one that he did with the monkey and the banana, nigga.
Oh,
you ever seen that one?
Yeah. His shits are hilarious, dog. He's just a funny motherfucker in general.
He is, though. Yeah.
Those shits are hilarious.
Yeah, he is, though.
That's kind of how he got YouTube famous before he was comedian famous.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of them all deaf dudes were comedians beforehand, weren't they?
Right. Man, I listen to Kev on stage a lot. Watch a lot of the shit he does. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He takes this shut into churches too because he's got a clean act. But then that shit is just comedy.
Yeah, he be killing.
Shutting it down. Well, Brian,
question.
Brother. I feel like I want you to ask me a question that I already know the answer to. All right.
So, no, you don't know
the question you're not ready for.
Well, I'm gonna start off light this week. Mm-hmm. This one is one gotta go. And you gotta pick 4 classics out of hip hop, right?
Ooh, okay.
So we got The Crossroads. That's number 1. Still Dre, DRE. Players Ball, or If I Ruled the World. One of them got to go.
Well, Nas definitely ain't going nowhere, and neither is Players Ball.
Okay, so what's that?
Not happening.
What were the first 2?
The Crossroads, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and Dr. Dre, Still DRE, Dre.
Bone.
Yeah, I gotta say Bone.
That quick.
I gotta say, I mean, no disrespect to them, but if we're going,
absolutely,
really. Actually, you know what? I agree with y'all, but I expected one of y'all to sit there and say Dre. Like, he had to go. I didn't think both of y'all would say Crossroads. I
mean, that was just a great album and just such an icon. That just moved the game forward.
Absolutely.
You know, whereas I think Bone Thugs and Harmony maybe, I'm going to say something controversial here, where maybe we were more gimmicky than anything because the way that rap sing thing was kind of, it was like the trick that they did with their music that kind of brought everybody who just wasn't a straight fan, you know, who made it popular. So, whereas Drake, you know, whether he wrote it himself or not, I mean, it was just bars left to right, hot beats, great.
That one I think Jay-Z wrote, and then Scott Storch helped him with the beat, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of it wasn't Dre at all.
See, there you go, and I can respect that, you know.
Yeah.
And now, if you look at, I mean, Dre almost got $1 billion now, so you know, he definitely. If there's any slack in there, like, well, he paid it forward at the end of the, you know,
right.
So he got $1 billion at least. He got $1 billion. Okay. So I mean, I'll either take best lyricist in the world or billionaire status. I'll go either or. I'll take no money and best lyricist in the world, or $1 billion. I'll feel just as ecstatic, you know.
But isn't it kind of screwed up to say that though? Best lyricist in the world and then broke in the same sentence. That sounds so wrong.
Because they're not mutually.
I know, but I'm saying, as people that have done music, doesn't that sound horrible?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I mean, because it seems right to throw those accolades and riches and treasures towards the best in the world, but you know, social media is a motherfucker, man. Social media is a motherfucker. You know, everyone now has an outlet, has a way to say, you know, or to get their little bit of music, their noise out there. And sometimes, man, there's just someone who's riding a wave who just happens to get hot.
Right. You remember the days where niggas used to pump their albums out of the trunk?
Bruh.
Like pop the trunk and just be
Walk up to
CDs
you at the club, like, yo,
exactly.
$10 was good.
You remember?
$10
You remember the time where snitches didn't get respect and
Right.
and they didn't get millions of views.
Yeah.
Mm.
I tell you nowadays though, if somebody walked up to you with a disc and like $10, you'd be like, "What are you, 45? Like who's still CDs on the back they went?
Like, nigga, where am I gonna play that?
I guess I got to take it back to my DVD player."
Yeah.
Right. I guess I got an old Xbox somewhere.
When we was out in Vegas last time, some dude walked up to me and was like, "Buy my CD, man." I was like, "Where in the hell am I going to play this at?" Like, it was like,
that happened to me too.
He was like, "You can play it on your way home." I was like, "Dude, I don't even have a CD player on the way home. I have a cell phone. What are you talking
That's
about?"
hilarious. But that was almost 10 years ago when I was out there, and I still have not listened to that CD, bro. I don't know what it's about.
3 years ago, this happened to me. 3 years ago, and it didn't have an insert. Didn't have an insert. Dude wrote his name on it and everything. I could have just walked. I mean, like,
are you trying to get my computer a virus? Is that what this is?
He sold you a backup CD.
Yeah. No, he wrote on it. He wrote on it, and there was nothing probably on it. Just completely blank. It was like, make your own mixtape, bro.
Right.
Just make your own mixtape. So yeah. But did y'all want a question too?
Sure.
Okay. So this one's a would you rather. Okay. Would you rather live the rest of your life with a silent but uncontrollable gas or a loud, uncontrollable sneeze?
Wait. Coming from your body, either one of those.
Hey, hold on. Let me tell you something. I have a loud, uncontrollable sneeze. So I'm gonna choose the gas, my nigga. Like, straight up.
Yo,
already off top.
When I said sneeze, I directly looked at you like, yeah, I know.
Hey,
dishes before trying to sneeze.
I try not to sneeze in public, like straight up.
Bruh.
I sneeze in public, people looking at me like, "Oh, this nigga gonna die. He gonna die."
Yeah. And I've heard it for years, and when he does it, I look at him like, "Yo, what the hell's wrong with you?" Yeah.
Hey, it's gotten to the point when I sneeze in front of my boys, they stop and they're like, "Dad, are you okay?"
They start looking to the sky. Jesus, don't let me have that. I haven't about that. Yeah, is would you rather live the rest of your life with silent but uncontrollable gas or loud, uncontrollable sneezing?
Well, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Does this gas smell?
Does your gas usually smell?
No.
Ray, what kind of you a lying sack?
You are lying. I've been around you enough that I know your gas
My
stinks.
body does and doesn't do. Okay, that's
Bro,
that's where you're going with it.
If I sit there and had first encounters with your gas, like close encounters with it,
I'm not gonna deny that is true. I'm not gonna.
You want to say no? I could give the incident. I was riding with you to Iowa City, and you rolled up the windows and locked the windows on.
Let me just do a little carpeting right now. This little.
You rolled the windows on.
I call those crowd pleasers. All right, crowd pleasers. All right.
I want my money back off of that one because that wasn't a crowd pleaser.
Y'all remember that time when we rolled up there? I think to do some music, and you all lost your minds and started talking shit to me and telling me to shut up.
I think that's every time.
And it was cold outside, so I rolled down all of the windows.
Yeah.
And we drove down the highway 65 miles an hour at like 25 degrees outside. Jesse in the back, whole body in the shirt, like, quit playing, D. Fuck you, quit playing.
I remember that.
Yeah, I tell you what, everyone stopped telling me to shut up. I tell you that much. Everybody did. All right.
Payback.
Point made.
So windows up, windows down. I could be a terrorist either way. That's all I'm saying. Right. I'm a problem.
And plus, it is if you got the silent gas. Ain't nothing like a good old fashioned crop dust. Like,
no, for sure.
Maybe
walking through the department stores with just a
Right. See, you know where I was going. That's why
you're
we
just
friends.
loaded. You're having a time of your lives.
Yeah.
Like, what? Hey, every time I come in this store, this place stinks. I don't know what it is. How you
Yeah,
doing
right.
there?
Right.
You know, I'm gonna tell on myself right now. The last time I went to the mall back in December, they had all the the campers in there in Merle Hay Mall. You know how they line them up with campers?
Yeah.
I was going in there and I was just ripping ass in them, and then I'd walk out and let the next person come in there, and then I'd look through the window to see the reaction. And my daughter just like, oh my God, you're so disgusting. And I'm just walking behind her, just like, yo, Nada, come here. Why are you fart back there? Yeah. I do.
Oh, so you still doing that to this day? You dedicated to that lifestyle?
Yeah. Oh yeah. When you have kids and a wife, you got to torture them somehow.
I see.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this then. What other ways in general do you fuck with the public when you're out and about? Do you see an opportunity to give a reasonable amount of frustration to someone's day that will delight you at the same time?
That would delight me at the same time.
Yeah.
I like saying weird stuff out loud and just having people stare at me, or like when I'm driving past in the car, like we see people like holding hands and kissing outside. I'll yell, "Go get a fucking room" or something like that. The kids find that hilarious. I just mess with people in general. So I mean, I can go on for days.
I see.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Let's see. I remember I was riding around with my sister in Virginia. She was driving, and I would roll down the window and get the attention of the person who was driving next to us, and start doing like the weirdest dance possible, and it will freak them the fuck out.
But the thing is, like one time I had to really stop because I had sit there and turned to this woman, and the woman looked at me like, "Oh my God!" And then she started doing it. I like
doing it
in. Yeah. So you gotta.
She was like, "Ooh, I got one on the hook. I got one on the hook."
All right. I'll find the public loosen up to me out here.
Right.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do, hands down, and I got it from Anthony Kason.
Okay.
Light Skin Anthony.
Yeah.
Where you're rolling down the street, and you see someone walking, and you honk at them. Yeah. But you turn and look away the other way where no one else is. Because they sure do that. Okay,
absolutely.
My man says, wait, who's over there?
Absolutely.
It's the best shit ever.
Mary.
I'm talking that being in public with the lady, man. It is irresistible.
Yeah.
The second she starts giving me some guff about something, Scoop, damn it, babe. I said no. Yeah. Get loud. Don't touch me there. Like that.
Like we like to act like. Well, I like to act like I'm arguing with Mary while she's walking in the mall, and like I'm getting super disrespectful. Bitch, come back here. Come back here. Put her head down like, oh my God.
Right.
And then I do another thing. She calls it charity casing, where you sit there and you'll drive past like a group of girls and you honk and make them feel good about yourself, and they look so horrible. Like,
them bitches look horrible. Let's cheer them up.
You'll see them like smiling and hitting each other and pointing at the car and everything. It's like, no, nobody wants you.
And deep down, you're like, nah, I'm just trying to help you out. This is
right.
You about to step in the car,
brother. That's a deep twist there. That's a deep twist.
She calls it charity casing. So yeah. So I know for sure. Me and Jesse have jacked with people in public. We've done that too.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
Oh, the classic. Let's talk about a story. Walk up to one another and hey man, the other day, dog, I was talking to the homie and he said, when you come down here, don't be acting like, and then you just walk away.
Hey, for real, we got so many people.
What? Do I even know this guy?
Right.
Who was
You
that?
randomly walk up to people. Right. You randomly walk up to people and be like, "Hey, so I was at the store the other day, and I met this cat, and then he said that he knew you, and then you just shut the fuck up and walk away."
Right. You're in. I mean, you're 6 words into this. You're like, oh shit. What?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no. Fucker
Yeah.
walked away from me. What the hell? I don't know what to think about this.
That's foul. That's
Hey,
foul.
troll job of the century. Troll job of the century. BJ.
Mm.
Michael James Douglery.
Yo,
Michael James Douglery.
I don't think Sheffin knows about this one.
I do not. I do not. What is this? Pull me in.
Used to live next to this hospital, right? And Jesse, Greg, and my two brothers, we're all walking around. We had to be like 14, 15. Me and Jesse, of course, the oldest. We had to be like 14, 15 years old. And
Right.
we're
That was
like,
during our freestyle walking phase.
he don't know nothing about freestyle.
They don't know
walking.
nothing about that.
But we went into the hospital.
Freestyle walking?
Yeah. We went into the hospital. We'll explain that to you one day. We're too old to do it, so we'll have to explain it.
Right.
Right.
I step off of curbs and break ankles, so I'm definitely
Right.
not doing it. But we walked into this hospital and they was like, yo, ask for Michael James Douglery. I'm like, all right, cool. So we go up to, what was that? What is that called? The little area in the hospital where you ask where rooms are at and stuff like that. The people are in the room. We walked up there and I was like, yo, can you look for Michael James Douglery? And this dude was going through the computer, just searching. I swear there was like 3 names we gave him. Michael James Douglery, I think Chris Redfield, and then, what was the other one? We was giving Chris Redfield was off of Resident Evil, off of that.
Yeah, I can't remember the other one.
Yeah, we would just go up into the hospital asking for random names, and make them search the whole database.
And they were searching.
and we're all just sitting back, just like 5 kids just sitting back cracking up. And they're like, wait a minute, let me try one more thing. We was like, okay, yeah, try one more thing.
What the fuck? How did you come up with that?
Yo, we used to just challenge everybody to do stupid stuff, and we was walking to the hospital.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to that. Kind of reminds me of though when I was a kid, bro.
Stupid.
I used to walk up to the parks back when they still had day phones.
Okay.
And I would call 1-800-Flowers and place the biggest flowers order over the 12 dozen of these, 100 of those. Give me the bears. I need the blue flowers, the red. I need them all.
Stupid.
Okay. All right, that's $400 and some odd dollars. Ah, shit. Click.
Just wasting time.
Just dumb. You know, they never should have gave me access to the phone. This is their fault for just putting them on street corners and creating.
I think that's why they don't exist anymore.
Right? They're tired of all the bullshit phone calls. It's not about the calls that are good. It's about the ones that are not.
We used to prank call people back before they had the caller ID. And there was a kid that lived over by my grandma's house, and he came over one day, and he had the brilliant idea to prank call 911 from my grandmother's house. They showed up so quick, he ran, and me and my brothers got in so much trouble, and we didn't even make the phone call. We're explaining, it was a kid's voice. We was like, yo, he was over here. Where does he live? We don't know. We got in so much trouble.
He's dialing, fam. He's just dialing. This ain't on us.
Yeah, and he did it right in front of my grandma. That was like the most disrespectful part, and she wasn't listening. She didn't care at all. Yeah.
I mean, Jess, you remember I used to live over there on 57th with Pops, man.
Yeah.
And at that time, my sister worked at the mall at Lane Bryant.
Try it again.
And one day, I'm pretty sure you were there when I got the voicemail. But I get this voicemail, and it is the state of Iowa calling me, talking about We have someone who's seeking child support service, or child support from you for this child, this name, and I'm listening to this voicemail. I mean, it's going like 2 minutes, like. I mean, it's so official sounding, bro. I am like, oh my God, like, who did I fuck? Who did I do this to? I don't remember this. I would remember this.
Right.
No, there's not enough time. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
And then about 2.5 minutes into this bitch, all of a sudden you hear this, and all these chicks in the background laughing in the click. I was like, what the hell was that? And then I was like, was this a state worker literally laughing at my life falling apart? She's leaving me in a voicemail. Or is somebody fucking with me? It took me like 2 or 3 hours, but eventually my sister fucking called me and told me that it was someone at the job, and they all had decided to pull this prank on me and leave that fucking voicemail.
Oh, that's foul. Right. She had her whole job in.
Fuck my brother. Fuck him.
Right.
Nah, he won't have a heart attack on the spot.
Hell no.
I've never been so scared.
Did she use a real name of how you messed with?
She didn't say who the person, who was, but just that the state was seeking child support. It was a claim. That's all I had to hear. I mean, you gotta understand, I wouldn't know the difference between a legit call or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
understand.
Hear that shit like, oh my God, no, this sounds real. Oh my God.
Right.
He started crying instantly.
I'm looking at my dad, like, how am I going to tell my dad this shit? Like, who is it? Who is it?
Stupid.
No, man. No. So yeah, prank calls go both ways. Both fucking ways.
Yeah.
Y'all ever seen the Jerky Boys?
The Jerky Boys, you said?
Yeah, the Jerky Boys.
Yeah.
They were famous back in the 80s for prank calls, and then eventually was a movie about it, or a movie based on their prank calls. It was decent, but you can't really find. I can find a DVD, but it's like $90 and from another country.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a rare find for some weird reason.
Jesse,
but I got quite the collection here, so I'm not afraid.
Jesse, who won the fight over there?
He's fighting himself right now.
Hey man, it's like that sometimes, brother. He's
fighting himself right now.
Yeah. Those demons, they chase us all down.
Noah chilling.
Yo, another funniest story is the last time y'all came to Des Moines, when it was 2017 and y'all was over in that hotel, and he was just up pressing every button, and you like, yo, stop pressing buttons. He looked you dead in your eye. Boop. Right. He was like, y'all might want to go. I'll walk you down.
Yeah.
Speaking of, brother, you got another one on the way. When is the next one due?
26th.
Ooh, this month?
Next month.
June.
Oh, okay. Like, shit, man, get off the call, man. Make sure she died. It's about to happen.
No, she just left to the hospital. So,
she said to catch up with her when the cast is done and shit.
Right.
She said priorities first.
She told me that I could see her later, so I can do this first.
She'll hold the baby in for a while until I get there.
Right.
No. Did you tell Chef in the first name?
Oh, we running with the name Kenzo.
Kenzo, okay, nice.
Kenzo the Black Samurai.
Exactly.
What's someone gonna name a baby after me? Because the junior fuck up a credit report, but Derek Williams sounds pretty good as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no.
You know what? You said that shit too quick. Now I'm irritated.
You said no to be too quick. You said no.
That's probably what it is, because people are gonna fuck it up anyways.
Honestly, if he would have said, "Yeah," I would have been on my way there. Next
Right.
background would have been me on the highway, pulling up to
He'd
his
be like,
house.
"Oh, really? Really?
Really?" Yeah.
I'm just saying, we need another Derek, especially spelled the way that I spell it there with the DA.
No
So
way.
Well, you got time, bro."
No, don't even name him Derek.
no, I
Just keep
can't,
that
man.
up for
You know, the
everybody.
industry that I've worked in, man. If anything, I've learned the worst case thing you could do is name your child a junior, just because the credit reports can be hell to clean up if something goes wrong. Hell, my dad's name, mine's Darrick. My
Right.
dad's Darry. I've twice now had to send shit to the credit reports to clean that shit up. So
Well, my dad's the junior,
yeah,
so I'm
yeah,
good.
right. And so this guy too, and this one here.
I'm a junior, and
Hey,
I get
no
blamed for
bullshit. No bullshit. I
Yeah.
had it was I think it was like last year or the year before. I had this person from the State Department call me, and they was like, we're gonna have to you're gonna have to pay this big amount or whatever. This nigga here.
That one was empty.
Of course it
I should have
was.
put it further away.
They're like, hey, well, you're gonna have to pay this. It was like some crazy, ridiculous ass amount, and they were like, I'm calling them, and I'm like, yo, this is not me. And they're like, so you don't own any properties in Des Moines? I said, no.
No.
Yeah.
If I own some properties, let me know what they are. And they're like, well, we can't do that. I said, well, I don't own any properties. And then they started running down a birth date and everything, and I was like, no, that's not me. And then then we go through, and they're like, okay, well, you're gonna have to prove that this is not you. I said, okay, give me a second. So I call somebody else in the department, and I'm running down to this person. They're like, oh, well, give us your social security. Is it? They start running down the last four to social security, and I was like, nope, that's not me. And they're like, oh, well, okay. So then I called the other guy back, and I'm like, so you telling me you're gonna have to, take my tags and shit like that? And he's like, yeah. I said, well, the other person I talked to works in the same building as you, and they said that you can't do that because this ain't me. And he's like, well, let me go and talk to them. So he was like, I'll call you back. I said, no, I got time. I'll be on hold. And so he goes and he talks to them. He's like, oh, you know what, sir? We do have the wrong person. I said, you goddamn right. Lose my phone number. Don't call me back.
Yeah. Actually, there's several Brian Webbers here, and I've been accused of having back child support, theft. I've had cops show up with warrants. And the first thing they say is, "Oh, you're not white." Like,
oh wait a minute.
Yeah, last time I checked, I was
Asian on these forms.
yeah, because they have the description of white male, all this, and you're not white. Okay, it's the wrong. Yeah, what is it for though?
There's some states where if you are just written down as the father, even if there's no DNA test, even if a woman isn't sure and she just decides, oh, this is the father, and she writes your name down, the state can and will get child support out of you. And even if once you prove that you're not, you cannot recover any of that paid child support. That shit is fucked up, man.
Yep.
Be careful.
Yep.
Be careful who you trust.
Because
And, keep your last name to yourself until it's absolutely
There you
necessary. Absolutely. Why would you tell me your last name, bitch? Because I don't know you that well. I don't trust you.
Yeah, because
I'll do it in 9 months.
Right.
I was like 18 or 19 working a job, and somebody came to me and was like, yo, did you know there's like a child support case? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? So I had to call the state of Iowa, and it was like for like a 6 or 7 year old. I was like, I would have been like 11 or 12. It like, what are you talking about? I ain't got no kids.
Wow.
I have one son. I got a 7 or 8. No.
Right.
So in middle school, I was just out there just breaking them down like that, huh? Like, no, it didn't happen that way. It didn't happen that way. So yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Worst case scenario, you just married would have just had been holding that over your head for years, bro.
Yeah, no.
You're like 11, Brian, 11. He been fucking for too long.
And I went and straight up and told Mary, and she just started laughing. She said the same thing. She was like, "You gotta been like 11 years old." I was just out here hoeing. That's what I was doing. Who's winning, Jesse?
Yeah, who's winning? Give him a stick.
He's still fighting
Just
himself.
give him one stick.
He's still fighting within himself.
Internally, see,
He's still fighting internally.
Strong.
Right. It'll make him a better man.
Sometimes we gotta do it. We gotta get in the corner, hash that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
Hey,
Right,
DJ, check it. It's like Greg used to be even playing video games. Right.
Speaking of that,
Hey,
Jesse,
TF&R.
Yo, Jesse, you remember? I think it was you playing him in NFL Extreme, and he unplugged your controller.
Bruh.
Oh, man.
Jesse was running a touchdown like a full like he ran almost 100+ yards, right? That's impossible to get 100+ yards, but he was running the whole field on Greg. Greg pulled his controller out. Jesse jumped up, plugged the controller in, and kept running in for the touchdown.
Oh, it was hated.
Greg used to be horrible at games and would scream and cuss and try to cheat and lose at cheating. Like,
that probably would make you super salty. Like, I can't even do this right the wrong way.
Right. That was one thing that stood out in my head for the longest. Like, he unplugged the controller. Like, how bad you gotta dust somebody?
Right.
Like, his team was still thinking the quarterback had the ball. Like,
Right.
That was weird. That was weird though. So, but yeah. All right, if he's doing that, have fun with that, Jesse. Have fun with that.
Oh, I am. I do.
Yeah, no, he's just on the video chat with the boys while his son's figuring this out.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I say keep it down over there, goddammit. That shit is between you and you.
Right. What's wrong with you, boy?
What you start doing, if he's arguing with himself, start talking to the so-called self next to him. Like, what's wrong with you? And you
y'all need to get y'all shit together.
You gonna just start
Family, damn it.
who is he talking to?
All right, gentlemen. Well, I think this is a nice little place to stop here for this cast. I dubbed this the pilot episode for the Junkyard. Hopefully next week we'll have well, I'm not even going to say his name, okay? I'm going to wait to see if he shows up.
In case
Brother Heart Peace.
Yeah.
Currently, I think what's happening is he's in the bird cage and he's covered up. All right. He's sleeping right now.
You know what? That was the thing.
I was waiting
to see who was going to say it. So at the 37-minute mark, it finally was said. That's crazy.
So maybe we'll have this we're here with us next week. But don't let anybody go anywhere either. We'll end the broadcast and whatever after that. But so that has been the Junkyard pilot episode 1. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, we're doing it for free. So, you're lucky.
Like it, forget you.
Right. Go. What?
Please come back.
Please. We need you.
Good job, friends.
Junkyard Gang.